All right. A couple of seconds late this week, but I'm here. Not that crazy of a week so far. As you can see, I watched some shows. And as I wait for people, I'm researching why I can't seem to get my camera to output 30 frames per second to OBS. It is odd. Doot, doot, doot. So we shall wait. Is it suitable? Supported software. OBS is always listed. Use, getting started. It's so weird. Very, very weird. Oh, let me check my health. Health is looking good. And no one can seem to freaking answer this question. The device only receives from. True, what's going on? Currently researching some stuffs. Why my cam link only outputs 60 frames per second. How are you doing? Oh Lord, I can't spell. Link 4K only outputting 60 frames per second. How's Palea going? Did they add new stuff since the last time you said you gave up for a bit because it was kind of getting repetitive? I'm guessing they added new things. Oh God. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we're still getting down with Dreamlight Valley, and they just announced for this year. I know in February, and this was before we got it, they gave Lady and the Tramp for a Valentine's Day. And then I think Pocahontas is in May or something like that. And then later in the year, they're getting I think the Hunchback in Notre Dame. No, not the Hunchback in Notre Dame. They're getting a Hercules. I also noticed that my OBS software updated as well. It's crazy. I did not know that. My canvas is set perfectly. I don't know what's going on. Marsha, what's going on? I got my water with me. I got my fast break with me. And I got my meat stick with me. Oh, since last Tuesday, I did pre-order and purchase and start to play a little bit of Crimson Desert. Big water, big water, big water. So I don't know if you've all heard, there's some, I wouldn't say controversy, just some weird stuff going on. Meat stick. That I can't believe I missed that one. So I could talk about that a little bit later. And then the Spider-Man trailer came out since last Tuesday and it looks good. I can't wait for Spider-Man. It looks really good. And then what else was there? Oh, my Good Place reactions. I can't believe. Well, it's not 100% my fault because in season two, episode 1 and 2, were combined into one episode on this place that I get my videos from. So when I downloaded season 3, episode 1, I saw it was 45 minutes. So I assumed it was also episodes 1 and 2. I did not know that episode 1 was a two-parter, which is why I accidentally skipped to episode 3 last night. Jesus Paredes is now subscribed. Thank you. And then today why did I say literally? That's not what I wanted to say. Today I actually watched the real season 3, episode 2. And that one was Brainy Bunch. So that one's already on Patreon, and then I have to edit it tonight, and I'll post it on YouTube tomorrow morning. So now I'm caught up. I have season 3, episode 1, part 1, episode 1, part 2. Episode 2 is posting tomorrow, and episode 3 is already up. Yeah, it's so funny because when like you saw my reaction, I was like, how is Trevor not here? He was literally the cliffhanger and now he's gone. I thought something happened. Maybe Adam Scott got sick or something. But then, yeah, everyone was like, you forgot to watch episode 2. And then I watched it today and I was like, okay, now this makes a little bit more sense. So, yeah, Marsha, if you like full reaction videos, you could check out my Patreon. The Patreon edits are easy. I don't have to really edit anything rather than blurring out massive sections. That's about it. Because you can't obviously show the whole show. So it's usually like 8 seconds of video, then I blur out 5 minutes. But you could see where, like, if you're watching along, it's easy to sync up. So that's cool. Marsha said, I started watching number 3 and didn't remember reacting to Trevor when he, yeah, it's so funny. I'm sitting there. So I can't wait to post it, Marsha. I can't wait to hear or read your reply tomorrow when I post it. Cause yeah, it was good. And the way he was acting, trying to get people to leave. And I don't want to spoil my reaction. So I'll just, one little tidbit from what I said is, I was surprised. Well, not surprised. I understand what he was trying to do because Trevor is a demon and his whole thing is torturing people. So basically, what he was trying to do was torture everyone until they quit and went home, and he ruins their little group session. So I get that, and I understand that's the reason why that was his plan. But for you, me, True, any human, like, we know that wouldn't work because if we're in a group and I know they don't know each other that well yet, like on Earth, but they were still doing these tests and getting along, and there weren't any problems between them. So they all went to Chidi for help, and he was helping them, and they were progressing and they were moving forward. And then you bring somebody in who is trying to stifle progress. And again, as a human, he's not going to get them to quit. They would probably want to be like, Chidi, we got to get this guy out of here. Like, we were doing good. We were moving forward, and this guy is like, he's slowing everything down. Like, we got to get rid of him, kick him out of the group. And that's kind of what would happen in real life. But it's a TV show. And that's all I'll spoil. As I need to find someone who is an expert on this situation that I'm Googling, because I don't know why. Like, a cam link is supposed to be able to output everything. I might have to contact customer service. But I'm going to do a chat first. I have my ZVE1 connected to OBS through a cam link 4K. OBS only shows 60 frames per second as an option, even though my camera is set to 30 frames per second and my, what is this called? My canvas is at 30 frames per second. Let's see what they say. Marshall Chidi is susceptible, so that doubt seed. Oh my God, that part was hilarious. Because you don't realize, or I didn't realize, like watching, just you're just watching the episode, and in hindsight, you're thinking, "Wow, Chidi is doing really well. Like he's not, like he's doing his thesis. Everything is going well. He's happy. He's got a girlfriend, and nothing can stand in his way." Until Trevor was like, "Are you sure you should be friends with these people?" And then he freaking spiraled. All right, it says double check your camera's HDMI output settings and ensure it is set to output 30, not just internal. Try restart, that didn't work. Make sure your Camlink 4K is connected to a USB 3 port. I believe it is connected to a USB 3 port. Let's see. How to change HDMI output settings on ZVE1. That might be the thing. Does M1 Mac Mini have USB 3 ports? Yeah, it does. It features 2 USB-A ports that support 3, along with 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports. Oh, I think it... I have to see. I like when it has the picture, so I know exactly what the hell's going on. The Kind Assassin, what's going on? So, I'm all over the place. Audio connection, okay. 2 Thunderbolt USB 4 ports, display port, Thunderbolt 3, USB 4, USB 3, 2 USB A. Let's see. Identify your model. I don't have a 2024. No, I don't have that one. I don't have that. Yeah, it's this one. Tech specs for this one. Yeah, that's the one. So it is connected. Let's see. This Elgato support, it's probably AI, but it actually gives me the answers that I'm looking for. Look for HDMI output settings. Check for an option to set the frame. I definitely have it to 30 frames per second. After making the change, restart OBS. Anyways, should I start with my fast break or should I start with my grass-fed beef stick? I think I'll start with the beef stick. These Costco ones are so good. And we're getting into the Boomhauer hour. Oh, what I needed to do also. So true. Perfect timing. As soon as you came on. So true. Remember I was saying I wanted to live stream, I always mispronounce this, Ocarina of Time. And it's on Nintendo 64. And my Xbox doesn't have that ROM on it or that emulator. I don't know, me and Boomhauer are linked somehow. And yesterday I asked somebody at my job, because I have an emulator, but he buys consoles. So he has like a Dreamcast that he'll buy certain games for and play them. So I was thinking about buying a used Nintendo 64, but he reminded me that the Switch, even the Switch 1 on Nintendo Online, has their own emulators. Like, remember, I could play like Nintendo games on here and SNES, but they have N64 too, so they probably have Ocarina of Time on here, and I won't even have to do anything else. So I just got to turn this on and see. I was literally going to trade this in. I was going to trade it in to get Crimson Desert, but then my GameStop was actually closed like for good for some reason. So it's called, let me see. I think it's on the Nintendo Switch Online. So I just need to see what it's called. It's called Nintendo Classics. So Nintendo 64. I'll read you the games that they have on Nintendo 64. Pilot Wings, Super Mario 64, Wave Race, Killer Instinct, Mario Kart, Blast Corps, Star Fox, GoldenEye, Extreme G, Yoshi's Story, Snowboarding, Banjo, Kazooie, Iggy Wrecking Balls, F-Zero. They do have the Ocarina of Time. This is nice. So that saves me a lot of trouble right there. And then it also has Game Boy Advance games too. So let's see. But I know I need Nintendo Online to do it. Damn, this is slow. Giggity, 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 go. Sorry, this beef stick. Yeah, something is wrong. I can't get into my eShop or whatever. Giggity. Let's see. My membership. I do not have one. Damn. Even though this screen is pretty big, this is really tiny. All right, so we have Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion packs. I don't know what the hell that even means. All right, I have to wait for this to load again. Boom says, not a lot of enchilada. How was work today? All right, so we have individual. I wish it would tell me what it comes with. Like, I don't even know what this means with expansion pack. I have to look this up. The difference between Nintendo Switch Online versus expansion pack. Let's see. Nintendo Switch Online versus expansion pack. Let's see. It offers basic online play, cloud saves, and NES, SNES, Game Boy games while the expansion pack. Oh, expansion pack adds N64, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and some Switch DLC. Damn, Nintendo. Boom says, switch shifts with a coworker, so only worked lunch today. Oh, man. I know this is obviously not your responsibility and you have things to do, but if you're ever like home early, shoot me an email on, because you have my screen Sanctum email. I could hop on earlier. Work is still busy, which is good. And I had got news. I mean, everyone knew that I think everyone here knew for when I started in February of last year, I was hourly. And I got the news that starting April 1st, I'll be full time. So that is huge news for me, which is good because it is busy and they need full time work. But this week has been normal, which is why I was able to watch an episode of The Good Place yesterday and one today that I have to put up because I watched the wrong episode yesterday. Boom said, my stoner ass can barely remember. So I did that. And I have like a special project to do next week, but it's not too crazy. The thing that's, I don't want to say giving me anxiety, but the thing that's making me like sad is all the good shows are coming out now. And even though I have time to do like the shows that I'm doing, like Invincible, I think Invincible and Daredevil Born Again season 2 dropped today. Monarch season 2 is out. Like there's so many shows that I watch out and I just don't have the time to watch them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So there's like I want to watch Daredevil, I want to watch Invincible, I want to watch Monarch. I still want to finish Arcane. I still want to finish Cowboy Bebop. Like, God, there's so much. So there is going to be a week where I'm going to have time after work. And I might like literally try, like, I'll try for a day to get home from work and just watch shows like back to back to back to back to back and see what I can knock out. We'll see what happens. But I will be doing, yeah, the Shots-a-thon for today's the 24th. So 31st is next Tuesday for my regular stream. So I think Wednesday is supposed to be my next Shots-a-thon. Oh, and here's something. Boom says he wants to wait on Monarch so he could binge the whole thing. It's good. It's really, really good. Damn, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh my God. Damn. Oh, so I know when I watch movies, I put the little box in the corner and, you can't hear anything and you can't see much because I would get banned from YouTube. Like it's the only way you could do it. But I am going to be playing video games that day. So I'm going to have Breath of the Wild to play, but I'm going to be watching Star Wars Episode 4. But the cool thing is I found a website that has the original versions and I have a digital version of the original theatrical release of A New Hope. So not the special editions, none of that stuff, the original version. So that's going to be cool. Marcia says, crazy at work today. People seem to have decided that everyone needed my attention at the same time. I hate when that happens. So Let me just put this down so I know what I have to do. I do like this about Nintendo Online. I haven't had a paid subscription in, I think, 2 years for them because I don't really play my Switch. But between the 2 years, I've done like 3 7-day free trials. Like they don't only give you one. That's pretty cool. Because I was looking at purchasing the thing so I could play the game, and I still have a 7-day free trial, which is so dope. But since I'm assuming whoever's on is going to be on, Marsha says she has the original Star Wars trilogy so many times. I remember my brother, my oldest, had the original on Laserdisc and he sold everything. So I did buy Crimson Desert. And I know, well, I don't know if anyone's really read up on it, but it's getting mixed reviews. And I think it looks good. Like the game does look good, but I don't know. The control schemes is just weird. And a lot of people are like, oh, you guys are too dumb to learn them. Like, it's not, no one's too dumb to learn these control schemes. They are just the stupidest control schemes ever created. So, like, the left stick is to crouch, which the left trigger stick is usually to run fast. But if you want to run fast, you have to hit the X button. And if you hit the X button once, you kind of like briskly jog, and then you have to like hit the X button 5 times to run fast. But if you don't do that, your character walks so slow. It's like unbearably slow. And then if you want to talk to somebody, you might have to hit the square button to talk to them, or you might have to hit L1 and the square button to talk to them. It's just weird. True says she watched some of the Crimson Desert, seems to have a lot of glitches. Yeah, so they've been releasing patches though. That is one thing I've heard is that even in the beta, they were patching it like every week. So they did drop a patch yesterday, but it wasn't for like quality of life stuff. It wasn't to address the controls because a lot of people complained about the controls. So I'm just hoping they give you the option of either remapping, which would be tough because if they make it you have to button mash X to run fast, then there's no reason to give you an option to use the left trigger because it's physically impossible to keep button mashing the left trigger like that to run, and that would be bigger pain. Like, I don't know why games just don't have standard things. Like, you use the left stick, you walk, and the more you press the stick forward, like the faster you walk, but you don't run. Or like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you did run. Like you controlled your speed with the left stick, which I didn't mind that. Then you could use clicking left stick to crouch. I don't care. But if they just change it to where you just press the button once and you could run, then yeah, I'm going to remap it. Marsha says, back in the day, you could rent Laserdisc and the player. I vaguely remember that. This is how I finally saw the widescreen version of Star Wars. Before that, I had only saw a bad VHS rental. Yeah, my brother had a lot of laser discs. I can't believe he sold everything. I mean, I know it's hindsight, and back then, like laser disc players were pretty big, but the laser discs themselves with the sleeves were just kind of like having records. And he had some good ones too. I remember he also had Who Framed Roger Rabbit on Laserdisc. He has some good ones. Mm-mm-mm. Let me just see this. M1 Mac Mini 2020 back ports. Give me a picture. So it has, that's not even it. It's this one, I think. Right? So it has Thunderbolt, HDMI, USB A, but that doesn't say if it's 3. What year was this? All right, 2020. I hate when they don't give the right specs. Marsha says there are so many things I would reacquire if I could go back in time. Yeah, I think my brother would, if he could, he would be like, I want all my Laserdisc stuff back. The Kind Assassin says that's how she feels about her CDs and posters. I actually had a bunch of CDs, but when my dad's basement got flooded, when New York had that big flood a couple years ago, everything got ruined. But that was one thing that I never threw out from when I was like that age. I kept all my CDs. M1 Mac Mini 2020 back ports labeled. That's not it. Maybe I could go M1 2020. They should still have it on Apple's website. I mean, they do. They just don't have the picture. Audio. So 2 Thunderbolt. I know I have that. What is display port? Oh, 2 Thunderbolt USB 4 ports with support for DisplayPort, Thunderbolt, USB 4, USB 3, Thunderbolt 2. Then 2 USB A ports. So that might be, I might need another adapter for this goddamn thing. That sucks. But I'll test it after this. I apologize for researching while I'm on stream. Boom wants all his Star Wars toys. Oh yeah, my oldest brother had all of those too. I remember he had all of them in the Darth Vader collector case. It's that big giant case that looked like Vader's helmet and shoulders, and then it opened. My brother had that. Yeah, I can't believe he didn't keep that. I don't even remember throwing my toys out. I always thought my toys were in the attic, and then I went in the attic and they weren't there, but I wanted to find all of my He-Man men and all of my Ninja Turtles, and I had those old rubber wrestling figures. And what else did I have? That Matchbox cars and stuff we had. I would have loved to have still had. I had Castle Grayskull. I mean, Battle Cat. I had, and I must have thrown them all out. Boom says we are such Luddites. We still have our CDs and a couple of posters. Man, if that flood never happened, I probably would go home and mail myself all my CDs, because that's something cool to even have in like it, to just like have them behind or on a CD tower case or something. Oh, cards. That is one thing I still do have. In my old childhood bedroom, or in my, no, in one of my dad's rooms, bedrooms, I know I have all of my old baseball cards and basketball cards, which I thought were going to make me a millionaire, but they're probably not worth anything. The Kind Assassin is level 7. Oh, let me get to, there we go. Boom says he remembers the Vader case, think there was a C3PO too. Yes, I think there was. I vaguely remember that, or seeing like an old, like a social media post where someone has like an old picture of it, but I do remember that. So yeah, there was that. Yeah, if my brother, and you in 1970 whatever 1980, you're obviously not thinking about this when you're like a little kid, but if he would have never opened them, I mean, he wouldn't be rich, but he'd have some money. Oh my god, you're still looking for a crab? I'm gonna have to get on Coral. I'll get on after this and I could go to your village and give you a crab. Boom says, oh, I used to love, I don't remember all the names of them, but I remember some. Like, I remember there was a character, Atom Bomb, and his head exploded. Um, there was like one that had boogers all over him or something. Yeah, Garbage Pail Kids were fun. Then I remember when, I don't know if it was like, if there was series 1 and series 2 or what, but do you remember when you would buy the packs, and I think the packs, like the wrapping was different colors, and you could get two of the exact same character, but they would have two different names? I don't think I ever researched why that was like that, but I remember there was something where each character had different names or something. Do 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 do. Let's see. What if I go to about this mech? More info. Name chip. Can't believe they're on Apple M5 chips. I feel like I got this M1 Mac Mini a year ago and it's been like 5 years. Doesn't really show the info that I want. System report? There we go. Apple boot card, Ethernet, USB. USB 3 bus. Yeah, the USB 3 has my cam link. And it's not working. Or does that be USB 3.1? Let's see, USB 3.1. Let me read this again. Yeah, make sure your cam link is connected to a USB 3 port. It is connected to a USB 3 port because it says it right there. Son of a bitch. Like, that's a USB 2 hub. Then USB 3 hub. Oh, man. It's weird. Boom says it was open just enough for the gum to be removed, not enough to see the cards. She got him like that. I'll try to send an email. Definitely. That's so cool. Marsha still uses her 2017 MacBook. They do last. I mean, like, I don't need a new computer, and I've had this for 5 years. The M1 is fine. Nothing really lags. And anything that really crashes, like OBS, the only reason, it's not the computer's fault, it's just OBS is kind of built for PCs. So I kind of understand that, but I never really had problems with it. You know? So I guess we're getting no Shira or Kira tonight, no Chris. Oh, my back hurts. So yeah, I gotta figure out why this isn't working. But whatever. Those old trading card stick of gums were the best, especially when Like they were so powdery, you know, they always had powder on them, and the powder would seep out. So when you bought a pack, the pack was just covered in like gunpowder. I know it was that way for baseball cards. Every time I had bought baseball cards, they were like they had powder on them. Marsha says the only tech I renew every year is the iPhone and forever lease. Everything else is used for years and years. I used to do that, but I still have my iPhone 13 Pro. We got this is, and it's like the first phone I ever got the day it came out. And I remember we both bought them, and then after work we went to the Apple store and picked them up. But I haven't updated it. And it's the first, I think this might be the longest in a long time I've gone without updating my phone. Boom says, can you imagine? Bleh. I bet if you opened that pack of cards when you were super high, you would eat the gum. Yeah. I still have it. The only thing I've updated is the case because my old case broke, so I had to get a new one. But besides that, it is perfectly fine. It's still in great condition. I typically keep my phones in good condition. And if I ever do upgrade, I'm not going to trade it in. I want to keep it. Because if I get a new phone, I would probably just use this as a backup or as like my screen Sanctum phone. Boom says, she said that's why they removed the gum. It can damage the cards. No idea if it's correct, but it rings true. It probably can. I'm sure if it gets too warm, the gum will melt and the oils will come out and get all over the card. Like, so that was probably a good idea. Because who knows what those old sticks of gum are made from. It would be cool if they still did that though. Like kids today will never know opening a pack of gum and having old, crunchy bubble gum in it. But then, boom, our generation, when we were kids, if we talk about like our parents, what they did, I don't know about you, but I never experienced putting like a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card in my bike so it sounded like a motorcycle. Like so many kids, our parents' ages back then would like put Mickey Mantle cards in their spokes and like demolish them. Like, what do they know? And cutting their tongue. You ain't wrong on that one. Ooh. So that's kind of freaking funny. Oh, fruit stripe. Yipes. Yeah, yipes, stripes, fruit stripes gum. Yeah, that lasted the flavored, and that's like a non-exaggerated thing where people are like, oh, the flavor only lasted 10 seconds. The flavor did only last about 10 seconds. Boom said before our time, man. The other gum that I like or liked was bubble tape. Like we're just gonna give these kids 6 feet of gum and just let them go crazy. Like just take 6 feet of bubble gum and try not to eat it all in an hour. You know, there were kids who opened it and just took bites out of it, like it was a donut. Definitely, because I probably did that once or twice. And then Big League Chew when I was a kid, playing baseball, pretending to chew tobacco, but it was bubble gum. Though that was a really fun gum. Big, like whoever's idea was, why don't we make gum that's shredded to feel like chewing tobacco so kids can pretend they're major leaguers? Candy cigarettes. Yeah, I remember there was like two versions of it. There was the hard candy one that was kind of like weed, like the little white hard candies. And then there was the bubblegum one that was wrapped in paper where you could kind of like blow the smoke out. Marsha says, used to spend a lot on phone cases. One year I bought a $5 case as a day one placeholder. Loved that cheap case and was sad that my new phone couldn't use it. Yeah, this case I think was $10. I've never bought an Apple branded case in my life. The brand on this one is TORRAS. And that's the case that broke, and I bought the exact same one. High quality. Cigarette gum. Miss Moni So New York City says, LOL, yes, I like to smoke with my gum. What's going on, Miss Moni So NYC? Welcome to Screen Sanctum. Welcome to the live. How did you find your way here? Did my live just pop up in your stream, or have you been following some of my reaction videos? Marsha says, teeth. I'm not allowed to chew gum anymore. Apparently I ground my teeth and the dentist told me to stop. Your dentist isn't the boss of you. Do what you want. Dan, this might be the first time ever I'm going to say this, but I don't think I could eat this right now. What part of NYC are you from, Miss Moni? So I'm from St. John. It's Monica. Oh my God, this is like 25 years ago. And Jesus Christmas. I have a bad memory. Like I think I remember, Marcus, right? I'm not going crazy. Damn it. Sorry. I definitely, yeah. It's been a while, but I remember. But you do remember Marcus. I think you had glasses. I don't remember much. But yeah, how did you find my YouTube channel? Marcus was on last week. He's not on a lot. But yeah, he was on last week. He was hilarious. Thank you. I am doing well out here in California. I have to go visit my dad, though. I haven't been back to New York, I think, in 2 years. How are you doing is the question. Oh my God, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is crazy. Everyone has one. I haven't been on it in a while, but I think that might be my oldest. No, I think eBay is my oldest account. I've had that one forever. I think LinkedIn might be my second oldest account. You did. If you were on last week, he was on for most of the stream. I'm here every Tuesday at 7:00 Pacific. And last week he got on around, I think, just before 7:30, and he was on till 8 when I hop off anyway. So, that sucks, man. It would have been so cool. I don't know if you talk to him regularly, but if you don't, it would have been cool for you to have been on last week to say what's up. New Jersey. Oh, man. Yeah, I remember my friend Jerry. He's in Brooklyn. He's been there for a while now. He's from Harlem, but I remember right when we graduated, he worked in Jersey. Oh my God, dude. He was miserable. He had to travel to Jersey to work, and then he lived in Harlem, but then he moved to Brooklyn with his wife. So he was working in Jersey and then had to go to Brooklyn. Holy shit. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, I think like a month ago, we had a group chat. It was random. Like everyone popped up in a group chat for like 3 days, and the group chat is over now. But it was Jerry, Jakima, Rich, Marcus, not that Marcus, the other Marcus. Remember there was two. One was our Marcus, and the other one was Marcus that I met in St. John's, who coached us in intramural basketball. Marcus was in there. Sean was in there, and I think that was it. But I haven't talked to Juan in a while, or Carlos. Yeah, there's a lot of people. That's another thing that I want to do with like everyone that we hung out with, that whoever we could find. And I'm not the one to do this because I'm terrible, but like all of them. And then since I still am in contact like on Facebook with most of the women's basketball team from when I used to when I used to help them on the practice team, like I want to do a reunion and somehow get access to I don't know what it's called now. I think Carneseca Hall, but the old alumni hall where they could just let us in to like hang out and play basketball. Like that would be pretty dope. Monica just reached level 1. We gotta applaud. Yeah, there's a bunch of people. Lou Carneseca, because didn't they build the basketball team like a new arena, but Alumni Hall is still there? Or did they build a little gym for the students and Alumni Hall is just for the team? For everyone who is wondering what's going on here, I went to St. John's in Queens between January 1998 and December of 2002. And that was when Ron Artest was there before he was Meta World Peace. And Miss Moni So NYC, Monica, went to school with me. Part of the gym rats. Yeah. The last time I was in St. John's was probably 15 years ago. I remember my high school, obviously after I was there, they won the city championship at St. John's. My dad was coaching and I think I went to that game. And that was the last time I was there. Whenever I visit my dad, I always think about just driving past Union, was it Union Turnpike? I know that's the exit. I always forget the street that takes you straight to St. John's off of the freeway from the Bronx going over the Whitestone. I think it's Union Turnpike. You get off, you make a right, and that street takes you right to St. John's, where it's on the left-hand side. Like I always wanted to be like, oh, I just want to drive by there again. We would when Marcus was on last week, we were talking about that bar that was on Union Turnpike that everyone used to go to. But then the night that Jay-Z was at Midnight Madness, someone got shot and they closed it. We couldn't remember the name of the bar, which I was like, Marcus, how do you not remember it? You used to promote the bar and throw parties there. And he was basically like, I was high every day. Yep. Yeah, it was right across the street from the school. And I just can't remember. Like Varsities or something? I don't know. But yeah, no one could remember. And then I think they turned it into like a daycare or something. I remember the pizzeria on the corner. And then we had the bookstore on campus, but then there was a bookstore right across the street. Boom said ditto. Damn, see, this is like, I'm dumb. When Marcus was on last week, Boom, I should have had you two talk more because you guys would get along. Something like that. Like, I don't remember. Again, it was Jay-Z was at Midnight Madness in what, 1999? And that's when it closed. And I think it reopened like in 2001, 2002. That's another thing. 9/11 happened when I think I was in class when 9/11 happened. I was in the basement of one of those buildings. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember the class was in the basement. And they closed the bridges and stuff. And I had to stay. I think I stayed in Queens that night or I went home at like midnight. But I'm sure you were there too. It was 2001, unless you were smart and graduated on time, because I took a little bit extra. I apologize to the chat for this trip down nostalgia. But I remember because I had to stay at the basketball team's houses most of the day, and then I went home. Damn you. So yeah, you graduated like a normal person. I started college at a different university in September of 97. So I should have graduated in 97, 98, 98, 99, 99, 2000. Yeah, I should have graduated January 2001. That is when I was supposed to graduate. And I finished in December of 2022. So it took me an extra 1, 2, 3 semesters. So now you know what I do. Well, this isn't my job, Monica, but now you know I have a YouTube channel. Not too many people know, I don't think. I don't really post it on my main Facebook page. I just have a Facebook for this channel. Some people will like message me and be like, "Oh, I saw your YouTube videos." I was like, "Oh shit." But I don't think many people know. Like Marcus does. Yeah, I don't know who else from back then knows. Oh man. But it's fun. It keeps me off the streets, I say. Oh, I gotta do no context soundboard. You got that.
Stupid bitch doesn't even know. She is
I
gonna get
will.
the best bottle of wine of her stupid bitch life.
You got that.
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one.
A couple of years ago, I used to promote Marsha says, "Oops, work call during." Well, I only have 3 minutes left. Roger. A couple of years ago, every once in a while, I would promote my videos and put like $100 on them to get them out there. But I haven't done that in a while. I might, the next time I watch a movie, I might do that. Or like, I don't know. Boom says, "Bummer. See you, Marsha. Have a great week." Yeah, but so next week, Monica, Tuesday is going to be this live, but Wednesday, I'm doing usually every 3 months or so, I do a subathon, but I call it Shotsathon, because if someone sends a $10 super chat, I have to do a shot. And I think I average 10 to 13 shots a night because I've made like a couple $100. So the fourth one is going to be this coming Wednesday. And I plan on starting hopefully at like 4 my time. And I usually go to midnight. So we'll see. Usually fun. So I think I have alcohol here. I just have to pre-order that stuff that makes me not have a hangover when I wake up. That shit worked. Yeah. Boomhauer and True usually tag team to get me wasted. And I think I'm also going to be playing video games that night too and watching a movie. So it should be fun. And I was planning on Monday of next week doing this, but it might be Thursday doing my Infinity Gauntlet fireside book read. I do remember DJ Kamish. She used to wear batting gloves every day. Love that guy. Boomhauer said cracks knuckles. Oh God, he's prepping already. He's got his super chats preloaded. But yes, I do remember DJ Kamish. Damn, that's a name I haven't heard in so long. But yeah, I do remember him. He wore batting gloves. He was. It's just weird to think about. I was 17 when I started college, like 30 years ago. Like, how is college 30 years ago? Like, I vividly remember um, when I graduated college saying, damn, man, I graduated high school 5 years ago. Like, that felt like a lot. And then I remember saying in 2008, like, damn, I graduated college 5 years ago. Now I graduated college 28 years ago. Jesus. Moni says, okay, he pushed Macallan, so you can try drinking that. That's expensive. Boom says, it seems like a lifetime ago to me. I guess it's freaking crazy. It's crazy. And what makes it worse, not in like a bad way, is it was like the most fun I ever had in like that age range. Like when I was a teenager into my 20s, college was by far the most fun I ever had. It was hard. We had to take philosophy and theology, and I failed them every time I took them until I didn't. But just having friends and stuff, because both in high school, all I did was play baseball. I didn't want to hang out with anybody. That's all I wanted to do. So I didn't have many friends. And then you get to college, and then you have tons of friends, and you don't even go to class. You just play basketball all day and go to Burger King when one of your friends' girlfriends, who also goes to school, works there and gives you like $300 worth of free food every time you go. It was nuts. You were working with the men's team? Were you working with them when we were there or like recently? Boom. So we just celebrated our 30th anniversary. How the fuck did that happen? You've been married 30 years already? Jesus. Remember Bob, the security guard at Alumni Hall? The Met fan? Like it was fun back then to be a Yankee fan because the Yankees were a dynasty back then. And Bob, the guy who you had to pass every morning to go into the gym, was a Met fan. So I had a good 5 years on him from like, yeah, 1996, 97, 98, 99, 2000. Like the Yankees won every year. And Bob was miserable. Oh, man, what a stroll down memory lane. But on that note, it is a little bit after 8 o'clock, so I have to head out. It was nice of you to stop by, Monica. It's really cool that you found me from LinkedIn because I don't even know if I have this on LinkedIn. Oh, sports marketing department. That's cool. So, damn. Memories. If you were so inclined, check out some of my videos. You could watch me react like an idiot to some really good TV shows. I will 100% be back next Tuesday and next Wednesday, maybe next Thursday. And if I figure out how to get Zelda Ocarina of Time on my Switch, I might check that out and live stream sometime this week. But see you same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you everyone for hopping on. See you next week. Peace, guys.